What's going on, everybody? Welcome to your daily astrology horoscope for Friday, February 4th, 2022. Astrologer Brian Scarborough here, Fixed Air Moon, keeping the collective fixed on astrology. Well, I do hope that you're all having a great Friday so far whenever you catch this, and I hope you had a great week. I appreciate you all so much. Check out Full Disclosure if you're on High Vibe. I feel like Natalie, Erica, and I had like a really fun, cool talk. David called in. It was a good time. It's like 2 hours and 40 minutes. Check it out. Well, we got all the planets direct for this Friday. It's a full day of direct energy, and it's even a new Sun-Saturn cycle. So we get this new annual cycle of the Sun and Saturn here in Aquarius. Lots of dedications. They're conjuncting at 15 degrees. This is a net 6. These are dedicating to the beautiful connective things, the aligned connective things. This is the people. A lot of this next year is going to be about the people in your life and who you're building it with, who you're dedicating to, and who you're connecting ultimately with. And it could bring up disconnective energy, especially with Saturn there. You know, there's heaviness about certain groups that we are participating in life with. So make sure that you're participating in, of course, the group that is most aligned with the wave of Aquarius that you are on, your unique and individuated wave, and go full on, like pedal to the metal for that connection in life right now. It's going to be very important as we all are building a future, as we're kind of taking a lot of ideals and building upon those. So it's not like ideals are a bad thing. These are definitely visions that we're having. And with Jupiter at 8 degrees, that's a very Saturnian degree for Jupiter in Pisces. And Mars makes that sextile to Jupiter today as well. Oh yeah, dignified Jupiter, exalted Mars in sextile, Capricorn Pisces, with a Sun Saturn. You're connecting to a whole different timeline, but you have to dedicate to the timeline you want to be on. I feel like this is really like, it reminds me a lot of like the wave, right? I guess one more up. Pardon my drawing skills. But, you know, this is kind of individuating from the collective wave to become the individuated wave, and what that means when you connect with others. What you're building for that's connected to your individuality. There's a lot of forward movement now. All planets direct. Mercury is direct. Venus is now direct. It's exciting. It's exciting, but there's a lot of weight. There's a lot of Capricorn energy. There's heavy aspects of life, and especially with the Sun Saturn, like it today can feel like there's harsh decisions that have to be made if you want to make dreams come true. Maybe not so harsh for some people, maybe harsh for others. I think this all depends on like also your level of where you've kind of stepped up to the plate at certain aspects of what you want your life to look like, what your groups of people look like, what your friends look like. What are you really connecting to? So it can feel like you have made a lot of these decisions and you're ready to build upon those, or it can feel like you really want to make a decision and start pursuing where your future is going and what is being built. There's a lot of building going on right now, and with the North Node at 28, about to move to 27 degrees, it's in that trine over to Pluto. This is nice. This is transforming our inner depth of our authority to go create a life that is abundant and bountiful and beautiful and really like quality. So if you're not in a place of quality in your life right now, this is a good time to take that leap of faith into the unknown so that you can build the quality from kind of the ground up and to get there. And of course the South Node, which is disposited by Pluto, is in that sextile as well. So it's a very harmonious time to transform life, to get the best connection possible to our physical life. So it is very physical, but it's also, there's an electricity to it. Like we want to dedicate to the things that excite us and that creates a win for humanity. I think this brings up like a lot of people coming into alignment that are trying to go into the same sort of destiny and make things happen. So it is beautiful in that sense, and the moon will come into Aries, bringing some fire into this chart, and definitely going to give us a sense of identification and direction. Could definitely have us a little fiery emotionally, because maybe we're really ready to make these calls and to make these dedications. and to really go get it. That moon is going to be, what is that? Is that semi-square? Yeah, it's going to semi-square Saturn and the sun from Aries right when it comes in at the 0 degree. And especially having a Sun-Saturn at 15 degrees, very interesting when it comes to politics and who's taking, control in the world. Is it the people that have the control with Aquarius right now? Something to consider. And that moon squaring is interesting too, because I think it's just bringing up more about being on your individual path, knowing your identification and direction, but making sure it's fully connected to the wave of life that you want to be on. I think today brings a lot of power as the moon does finish off with Chiron. We got to go into these deep places and kind of find that directional energy, and that it is masculine energy here, especially even with the sun and Saturn together in Aquarius and a moon in Aries. There's of course, air and fire are masculine elements. There's something about bossing up. Got to boss up to really put your light out there in the most true form, in the highest character form, and to not be feeling like you don't have it. This is a time to realize you have it, and you can prove it to yourself by doing something to prove it to yourself. Whatever it is right now that you don't think you can do, or there's some limiting belief or a story, or there's weight, it's time to transcend those things and find that great power within you to go and make that happen. And I think that today's a good example of if you can really identify with aspects that can be extremely beautiful, aspects that can be extremely divine, because that sun is going to come to 16 degrees and make a net 7 in Aquarius. There's a strong divinity here, especially with Neptune and Jupiter in Pisces. There's guidance coming in from other aspects of yourself that are trying to connect you to the timeline you're meant to be on right now. You got to own up to the timeline that you want to create for yourself. If you believe you create life and you're a creator, well, this is a time to own that power and to start making it happen. And it might feel a little harsh. It might feel like you got to be kind of cold. And it is cold. Texas is freezing right now. Miami was freezing. There's places in the country that are not usually freezing at this time of year. They're freezing in the United States. Ottawa's freezing, and there's people out on the streets. There's something about the cold energy that hardens us. And I think that whether it's cold physically or you have to be cold to kind of make a big decision in your life, this is where we're getting hardened to find our true power and direction and to start building and putting things in order as we come into the weekend, where we will have this Aries moon still, and also getting ready for that moon to come into Taurus. So I do like this energy. We will also see Mars square Chiron, and we will see the moon finish off the day with a square to Mars as well. I think you're going to feel really beat up and kind of, beat up and just crumpled up by the universe if you're not really doing something that you feel in alignment with, that you feel like has purpose in your life. And I feel like the people that are searching for purpose, this is a great time to go deep within yourself, to really trust that if you're being guided to a purpose, that it is the purpose that there's purpose. There's purpose to the purpose, if you will. And you want to identify with what that is and not let it kind of consume you or make you angry. This is a time to use whatever's showing up and make those big moves. They can be cold decisions because you know that there's something out there that's better, and you know that you can connect. You didn't come here to connect to a life that isn't top shelf. And I would say the North Node in Taurus is teaching all of us what a quality of life is that we can create for ourselves if we're willing to identify with what the top quality in our own personal life is. It's kind of a fiery day. I'll be honest. It's kind of like, I feel like we're going to have definitely some energy. Emotions could be high, But that can be exciting and that can be fun. And it can feel fresh. It can feel like a fresh start is coming today. So, sending you all my best as always. I appreciate you. It is 4:17 in the morning. Yeah. Card for the day is the 9 of Pentacles in reverse. Oh man, if you want all the good things and to know that you have the substantial, strong capacity to bring in abundance into your life and that you can be self-satisfactory or you can be self-sufficient in life right now, this is where you find that self-sufficiency to create abundance in your life. I think we can feel like there's a lot of weight. We can feel like it's hard. We can feel like there's no way things are possible, but this is where we transcend that to really alchemize the physical world. I think that reality can be very lucid right now, and it's a good time to play with that and see what you can do in this dream of life. And can you attract in what you're looking for right now? Or are you feeling like there's no way? And do you really want to believe that there's no way, or do you want to believe that there is a way to bring more in? Because I think that that's going to be the goal today for people, is realizing that you can bring in more and more and more when it might look like that's not an option, but you have to alchemize the physical world to get the goodness. I love you all very much. I hope you have a beautiful Friday, and I'll see you for the weekend forecast tomorrow. Much love. Peace.